J, Spinner, WKIDS, where God's Word is always true. Today, you'll be hearing an old story dressed up in new clothes. Today's story is about a dreamer, his coat, and how God works through even the craziest circumstances to bring about his purpose. The year is 1959. The place is Papa Jake's Fries and Shakes. And it's the first day of summer. Business was booming, but one young bro always seemed to be missing.
Hey, where's Joe?
Beats me. I bet he's got his nose in a book.
Or his head's in the clouds. We do all the work, but Dad likes him best. He thinks he's something special.
He thinks he's a big shot.
We think he's dreamy. Has anybody seen Joe? No! Today's a gift from God above. Bop, shoo-bop, bop, shoo-bop. That will last. Bop, shoo-bop, bop, shoo-bop. Traveling forward for the weekend. One fun summer. Just one fun summer. I want one fun summer. That never ends. Do you want fries with that? Yeah!
Delivery. And so this is how the adventure begins. On an ordinary day, with an ordinary delivery for a not-so-ordinary boy with an extraordinary dream.
I said delivery. Hey, who's in charge around here? Which one of you is Papa Jake? That's our dad, but he's out of town. These are some of my brothers and sisters. This is Annette.
Cubby.
Sharon. I'm JD, and I guess I'm the head honcho right now. Fine, Miss Honcho. Sign here. This is your last shipment of supplies for the summer. Make it last. See you in September.
This was a downer for the diner. They were short-handed and now short-supplied.
It's our last shipment, JD, and summer is our busiest time.
What if we run out of food?
What if we run out of cooks? It's almost noon, and I haven't heard a peep from Joe. Joe!
I've got to get me a better sounding alarm clock.
Wake up! You've been sleeping on the job again.
I can't help it, JD. I try to get a good night's sleep, but God keeps sending me these dreams, like the one I had last night.
Here we go again.
Wait, this one was the biggest of all. It was in CinemaScope, Technicolor, in 3D. There was the sun, the moon, and 11 stars, and they were all bowing down to me. Ta-da!
And what did God tell you this dream meant, Joe? That you'll be the boss of us?
Are we supposed to bow down to you?
In your dreams, what do you think Dad would say?
Special delivery from Dad. Papa Jake.
Hey, Mr. Postman, look and see. Is there a letter in your bag?
For me?
No, but I do have a special delivery for Master Joe.
Master?
I don't make them, I deliver them.
Joe was only concerned with the box, but the letter was about to rock and roll JD's world.
Dad says he'll be away all summer. He's opening up a Papa Jake's West. He's put Joe in charge here at home. And in honor of his promotion, he's given him
Dad's prize leather jacket, out of sight.
No! That's the last straw.
He thinks he's such a big deal.
We gotta do something about Joe. Joe, he's special, he's the only one with the colorful coat out of all 12 sons. When connected to the Lord above, he's not your average Joe. We all know Joe. Whoa, yes, we all know Joe. Whoa, and everybody knows. Whoa, this dreamer's not your average Joe. We all know Joe. Whoa, yes, we all know Joe. Whoa, and everybody knows. Whoa, this dreamer's not your average Joe. Hey, big dreamer, what you dreaming about? Who's in it, who's bowing down? Just a little brother always hanging around. He's not your average Joe. We all know Joe. Whoa, yes, we all know Joe. Whoa, and everybody knows. Whoa, this dreamer's not your average Joe. We all know Joe. Whoa, yes, we all know Joe. Whoa, and everybody knows. Whoa, this dreamer's not your average Joe. Oh, brother, don't be a bother again. These dreams will just wait to you again. Wake up, get your head out of the clouds. Say, come on, Joe, now don't be proud. Surely your mistakes found the bowing down. Really, I wouldn't be messing around. You're gonna find yourself kicked out. We all know Joe. Whoa, yes, we all know Joe. Whoa, and everybody knows. Whoa, this dreamer's not your average Joe. We all know Joe. Whoa, yes, we all know Joe. Whoa, and everybody knows. Whoa, this dreamer's not your average Joe. We all know Joe. Whoa, yes, we all know Joe. Whoa, and everybody knows. Whoa, this dreamer's not your average Joe. And everybody knows. Whoa, this dreamer's not your average Joe.
It had already been a wigged out morning, but the day was only getting started, and a big change was blowing in the wind.
Adulation can be so exhausting. I think I need a nap just before lunch.
Just then, the big change arrived in a woody wagon.
Bonsai Beach buddies, we're on our way to Ferris Point and are in need of a sustenance. You got any?
Unfortunately, we only have fries and shakes.
Gnarly. We'll take a dozen each. JD, we hardly have enough food as it is. They'll ruin us. No, they'll help us. I've got an idea. Excuse me, but who are you? My name's Hot Dog, but my friends call me Hot Dog. All right, Mr. Dog. We'd like to offer you a special deal today. 2 dozen fries and shakes in exchange for giving that dreamer over there a one-way ride to Pharaoh's Point. Okay, that seems fair. Hey, Wipeout, hitch Snooze and Boy here up to the woody wagon with the other surfboards. But first, take off his jacket. Here you go, sis. He won't need leather where he's going. Bonsai mates, Pharaoh's Point or bust.
The day had started out with Joe waking up from a dream about his future. But now it seems like his dreams were crashing down like the waves on Pharaoh's Point.
Whoa, where am I?
Hey, dude, you hitched a ride with us to Ferris Point.
What's that?
Well, up there it's a lot of sun, and down there it's a lot of sand. And that's about it. It's called a beach.
But where's the diner? Where are my brothers and sisters? Where's my jacket?
They're all Splitsville, man. Looks like your relations wanted to send you on a permanent vacation. So mellow out. You may learn to like it here. Hang loose and hang 10, bro.
Aloha, Joe. Excuse me, have we met before?
He's so dreamy.
If this is another dream, somebody else is going to have to explain it to me.
And just then, when Joe felt like nobody in the world could ever feel as bad as he did, he met somebody who felt worse.
Get your ice cold drinks here. Best liquid refreshments on the beach. Special today at Coco's Walk-In Watering Hole.
Perfect, I'm parched. Hey, over here. I'll take one.
At your service, what you like?
How about a grape knee-high?
Don't carry it.
Bubble up?
Nope.
RC double cola?
Sorry, but this is what I do have.
This is a plastic bottle of water. Who in their right mind is going to buy a plastic bottle of water?
No one, apparently. Business has been a bit slow.
I'm sorry. Here's your water back.
I'll keep it. I don't have any receipts anyway.
That's lucky for me. I don't have any money. I'm Joe, by the way. Confused and lost.
Glad to meet you, Joe. I'm Coco. Broke and stuck.
Looks like we both need some direction.
Yeah, I know I want to help people, but I'm never sure how to go about it.
I know what you mean. My dad's always saying how we need to trust God with the future. He's always at work, even when we can't see what he's up to.
Your dad sounds like a really smart man.
He is. I sure wish he was here now. I could use his advice. I've got so many questions. This is a surprise. It's hard to believe. I have to wonder why this is happening to me. Do I know better? I like to think I do. But I know God knows what's best for me and you. Yes, I know God knows what's best for me and you.
God knows He sees, I trust His plan for me. Only He knows
a cheap lace and puzzled expression. I think he means you.
I'm honored to meet you, Mr. Kahuna.
Please, you may call me Great.
Thank you, Great. And you can call me Joe.
So, Joe, how long have you been on my beach?
I don't know.
How did you get here? How long will you be staying here? And when will you leave?
I don't know. I really don't.
Seems you don't know much of anything, do you, Joe?
Well, me and my friend Coco were just talking about that. We were talking about how we need to trust God with the future and the things we do not know.
Oh, him. There's not much need for God on this beach. After all, we have me. Captain Shuby,
Yes, sir.
I charge this confused young gentleman to your care. Find a job that will give him some sense of direction.
I'll do my best, sir.
Joe, this is Captain Shuby, my deputy. You'll be working for her now. My assistant Seaweed will show you the ropes. Good luck. Even with your God, you'll need it.
Wow, Coco, imagine. I've been here less than a day, and I already have a job.
Don't get too excited, Joe. Kahuna doesn't treat his workers very well. A lot of them say they feel like slaves.
Well, that won't be me. I'll be the best worker they've ever seen.
So, Joe, what can you do?
Well, I've been told I can interpret dreams really well.
Oh, that's useful. Well, since you don't have any openings for a dream interpreter at present, you'll be assigned a different position on the beach.
Like what? Will I be a VP, a CEO?
No, you're a TF.
What's a TF?
Towel folder.
And so Joe began the most menial of jobs, but he was way grateful for his new digs in this strange place, and he started each day by thanking God.
It's not my dream job, but it's the one that I got. I'm going non-stop, giving more than I thought. Been working all day for just a little pay. Running to overtime, but it's all okay. I'll be faithful, faithful to this job. I'll be faithful, faithful to my God. It's not my dream job, but it's the one that I got.
Many days went by, and Joe made good on his promises. He was the most primo worker they'd ever seen.
Excellent performance, Joe. You set a towel folding record. In recognition of your work, I'm promoting you to surfboard waxer. Carry on.
And so Joe tackled his new job as before, with off-the-charts awesomeness.
It's not my dream job, but it's the one that I got. I'm going non-stop, giving more than I got. Been working all done, just to get it done. But it's your hard work, but it's having fun. I'll be faithful, faithful to this job. I'll be faithful, faithful to my God. It's not my dream job, but it's the one that I got.
The days had turned into weeks, and Joe was becoming the most famous worker on the beach. But some of his colleagues were jealous, and they falsely accused him of stealing.
Captain Shuby, Joe stole our legs, and one thing wouldn't give him back. And so we screamed, ah!
The captain burned with anger, and Joe was put in the Surfside Slammer. But even in jail, the Lord was with him.
Whatever work is here to do, I know my God will see me through. Whatever work is there before me, my God is with me, my God is for me.
Sometime later, two vendors from the beach just pleased Kahuna, the snow cone cupbearer and the baker. They were thrown in jail with Joe. While there, they both had dreams.
Can you interpret our dreams?
God will help me.
Joe predicted a good outcome for the cupbearer, but for the baker, not so much. And soon news of Joe's abilities reached Kahuna, and he sent for him.
It's not my dream job, but it's the one that I got. I'm going non-stop, giving more than I thought. Been working all year, because the end is near. I don't love work, but it's all to share. I'll be faithful, faithful to this job. I'll be thankful, thankful to my God. It's not my dream job, but it's the one that I got. Joe, you've been released. Your great Kahuna wants to see you now. I'll be faithful, faithful to this job. I'll be thankful, thankful to my God. It's not my dream job, but it's the one that I got.
The sun was not shining quite so brightly over Farrell's Point anymore. Summer was ending, clouds were gathering, and an ill wind was blowing in the wind. Kahuna had spent many fitful nights haunted by his dreams, and he summoned Joe to ask for help. It had been many months since Joe stood before the great Kahuna, needing a job and a place to stay. But now, Kahuna needed something from Joe.
Everyone says when you hear a dream, you can interpret it. Is that so?
Actually, that's not true.
It's not.
Nope, God is the one who interprets the dreams, not me. God will reveal what it means.
I understand. It appears there is a need for God on this beach after all. And now, I will tell you about my dream.
And so Kahuna shared his dream with Joe. It was indeed strange and perplexing. Every creature on the beach was starving, and none of the coconut trees had coconuts. And God revealed to Joe what it meant.
The days of fun in the sun may only be for a season, and it's drawing toward a close. Can't you hear the thunder in the distance? A huge storm is on the way, and it will not only cause much destruction to the mainland, but on the beach. Food and water will be short supply.
What can we do?
We must begin to prepare immediately.
And so we will. Captain Shuby, gather everyone together. Joe, I'm promoting you to lifeguard. You'll be in charge of the whole operation. And where's that girl who sells oddly contained water?
Coco's Walking Water and Hole at your service. Your Kahuna ship.
Good. Coco, you'll set up the food and water station. You'll need to help a lot of people once the storm passes.
Pick the right girl for that job, sir.
I knew God had a plan for me.
Attention, everyone. It is time to stock up and hunker down. Captain Shuby, sound the alarm.
And so the storm descended on the once sunny beach. But with Joe giving them direction, they knew they'd find their way to safety.
That God is closest when the hour is darkest.
Then he must be here right beside us.
That's his promise, and it's a keeper.
The storm had ended and the sun rose. So did everyone's hope. And they slowly began to rebuild their community. Not on shifting sand, but this time on solid rock.
When I hear, I know my God is near. He won't forget me when the storm is raging. When I hear, I know my God is near. He won't leave me when the earth is shaking. Rain or shine, he'll follow through. 'Cause all his promises are true. When I
beach community had never felt, well, more like a community. They found that the harsher winds, the stronger they stood together. Seaweed organized a clothing cabana, Hot Dog and Mr. Snowcone ran a food pantry, and Coco could not keep enough bottled water in stock. Even Captain Shuby and Kahuna helped out too.
What am I supposed to do with all these towels, Shuby?
Fold them, sir, fold them.
And directing them all was Joe. He was more than just a lifeguard on the beach. Even people on the mainland were hearing that there's food and supplies, all because of Joe. Everyone now called him Governor. Quite a change from a dreamer and a drive-in. In fact, he didn't even remember that former life until one day that former life came in a bunch of choppers. It was the crew from Papa Jake's Fries and Shakes, and they were hungry.
Welcome to Ferris Point, everyone. It looks like you traveled a long way. We have. We used to run a drive-in up north. My name's JD, and these are my brothers and sisters.
We're real hungry, and we heard you had supplies to share.
We do. I'm sure we can help you. If you just talk with the governor, he'll make sure your needs are met.
Now, Joe was seated high up in the lifeguard tower, and as soon as he saw his brothers and sisters, he recognized them. But they didn't know it was Joe. Well, he was tan, his clothes were different, and the sun were in their eyes. But then Joe came down from the lifeguard stand to talk to them.
I see you have traveled a great distance. Have you come to find food?
Yes, Governor. We had little food to spare before, and now it's all gone.
We had a drive-in rush to up north, but the storm destroyed it. I'm sorry. Was anyone hurt? No, everyone made it out in time.
We heard that somehow you knew the storm would come and saved many supplies. We're hoping we might buy some.
Oh, no, ma'am, our food is not for sale. It's free.
Free?
This is my assistant, Coco. She's in charge of the food and watering station.
I'm pleased to meet you.
I'm afraid we may not have any extra food at this time.
Governor, what are you saying?
Coco and I will have to check the inventory. Please come back in the morning and we will give you our decision.
We understand. Thank you, sir. We'll see you then.
This was a turn of events for Joe that he did not expect. He was deeply surprised to see his family after so much time, and even more surprised on how that made him feel.
Joe, why did you say that? We have more than enough food, and we've pledged to help any stranger in need.
Those aren't strangers, Coco. Those are my brothers and sisters.
Your brothers and sisters, but you told me that they never wanted to see you again, that they sent you away while your dad was out of town.
That's all true. But that was a long time ago, when the summer first started. They seem to have changed.
They didn't recognize you.
No, they didn't, and I'm sure I've changed as well.
What are you gonna do, Joe?
I'm not sure. I think I'll just sit on the beach for a while and count the stars. You know, I used to be really good at that once.
Counting stars. Huh. You know, that might be a little bit easier on top of your tower.
No, I think I can see God a lot more clearly from down here.
But you're on your knees.
Exactly. I've been praying. I'm starting to realize that although my brothers and sisters did something horrible to me, God must have wanted to use it for the good.
You're right, Joe. God had a plan for your family. He sent you here so you could provide them and us with food and save all of our lives. I think you know what God wants you to say to your family, Joe.
Yes, I do. God has forgiven all the wrong things I've done, and that makes me want to forgive my brothers and sisters.
They're the ones who sent you here, Joe, but it was God at work all along, and I see He's in work in you too, helping you forgive. You never know just what's around the bend, or how words or actions aim your wound will feel. But in this life of faith, we live what we believe.
And so Joe and Coco prayed throughout the night. And as the new day dawned over the beach, Joe knew what he had to do. Many had come that morning asking for food. Several families, groups of friends, and this one older man was asking for food for an entire village up north. But they waited patiently as JD and his siblings stood once again before the governor.
Thank you for seeing us again this morning, sir. We hope you've reconsidered our request.
I had to take stock of many things last night, but our storehouse is full, overflowing actually, so I'm happy to give you whatever you need.
Thank you, sir. We will spread the word that the governor is the most generous ruler in the land.
No, JD, I'm not a ruler. I'm not even from this beach.
You're not?
No, I'm Joe, your brother. The one you sent here many months ago.
Oh, Joe, we didn't know what happened to you. JD said it would teach you a lesson.
Oh, I've learned many lessons. JD,
Yes?
please stand.
And so Joe descended his tower and approached his family that he has not seen for so long. They are terrified, but Joe's words were full of love and kindness.
It was God who sent me here to save lives. The lives of people on the beach, the mainland, and especially your lives. Remember how Great-Grandpa Abe used to say that the whole world would be blessed through our family?
I do remember. Forgive us, Joe. What we did was very wrong.
Your actions were meant to hurt, but God must have wanted to use it for the good. Now, tell me about our father. Is he still living? Did he survive the storm?
Indeed, he did.
The man who came to ask for food for an entire village was none other than Papa Jake himself.
Papa, we didn't know what happened to you.
Well, when I finally got home after the storm, I realized that the diner was destroyed and all of you were gone. I pray so earnestly that you found someplace safe to stay. And then everyone told me about this beach and a very wise man who understood dreams, and he stored up food so that everyone who came to him would be saved.
No, Papa, it was God who interpreted the dreams. It was God who stored up food, and it was God who saved lives. Remember, God has been with me all this time, just like you said he would be with you.
Yes, and he's brought us together again.
Papa Jake, I welcome you and your very interesting family to my beach.
Joe? Who's that?
That's Melvin, but never call him that to his face.
I say you pack up what's left of your fries and shakes and move here. You can rebuild your establishment right next to my hut.
Papa Jake's Fries and Shakes South.
I invite you and your whole family to live on the best part of the beach and enjoy plenty of fun in the sun.
Woo! See what happens when you trust God with the future?
Yes, I do. He's always at work, even when we can't see what he's up to.
I couldn't have said it better myself.
Story is far from over, for Joe is just a preview for a great son that was one day born to his family. His name was Jesus, and like Joseph, he was loved by his father, hated by his brothers, and surrounded by evil people who intended to harm him. He was nailed to a cross, but like Joseph intended suffering for good, God intended Jesus suffering for the greatest good of all time, our salvation.